Hello, today I'm going to go over some of the very basics for getting started in horse archery on the archery side of things. I'm going to cover the difference between the three major types of competitive draw, you say, as well as a few general archery tips to help get you started. So the first tip to get you started, everything you do when you're getting yourself set up, you want to keep either very high above your head or out to your shooting side. This way it all stays out of the way of the horse and nothing in your archery should impede your riding. Up next, I'm going to briefly touch on nocking. I will do a separate video on this later, but when you're starting out, just make sure you get into the habit of holding the arrow above the feathers. It doesn't matter which technique you knock the arrow to the string with. All of them, to get any speed, require you to hold the arrow above where it's fletched. Up next, a general tip on how to draw. So this is the same as in any other form of archery. So target, field, all same principle. You want to pull the bow with the large muscles in your back, primarily the trapezius and the rhombids between your shoulder blades. And here, a good way to check your body position's more or less correct. You want, when someone is stood behind you, they should be able to see the arrow over your bow side shoulder. So that covers us for general tips. Next up, I'm going to go through the three major styles in horse archery. There are lots of other methods you can use to shoot a bow off a horse, but if you go for a lesson, you're more than likely to be learning one of these three. Up first, we have the Slavic Style. So in this style, you have one finger pointed down the shaft of the arrow, this is your index finger, with 2 or 3 fingers on the string. This style is very popular in the horseback archery eventing discipline due to how fast it can allow you to shoot while maintaining relatively good accuracy. Generally, this technique benefits from the use of a back quiver, as this allows for the fastest potential knocking. Up next, we have the Mediterranean style. Now, the big difference with this style, arrow sits on top of our knuckles, and our drawing hand has to turn over on the string. So my knuckles come up, and that pins the arrow to the bow. This style is most popular on the cash-eye system of competition, and benefits from the arrows being held in front of the bow. Due to the arrow being on this side of the bow, this technique can often be the quickest one to pick up accuracy with. And finally, we have thumb draw. So arrow is back on the thumb side of the bow. My thumb hooks on the string under the arrow. Index finger covers my thumbnail. And this fist-like shape holds the arrow nicely in place. Thumb draw will show up in most systems as it's incredibly versatile and can be good in most situations. It's also the technique that we have the most historical evidence for when done on horseback. And now for the final part of this video, I'm going to show each technique in motion, just shooting a few arrows back to back.